Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Another election campaign fueled by scare campaigns is looming large, but how different will this one be to previous ones? Cost of living challenges are the dominant focus for most Australians right now, and that's unlikely to change before polling day. The coalition's attacks will blame the Albanese government for making a bad situation even worse. It will aim to scare voters into not risking 3 more years of Labour. It will be a tough sell if history is any guide. No first-term government has lost a re-election bid since 1931, although in more recent times a few have come close. For example, the Labour government elected in 2007 under Kevin Rudd's leadership almost lost the 2010 election under Prime Minister Julia Gillard. They only won by forming government as a minority with the support of the crossbench. Some Liberal strategists don't think opposition leader Peter Dutton can win the next election, but they are confident of taking away Labour's narrow majority. It currently holds 78 of the 151 seats in the House of Representatives. Dutton's strategy of promising to build nuclear power stations at the same time as questioning the realism of achieving 2030 emissions reduction targets may make it harder for Liberals to win back Teal seats such as Wentworth and Kooyong. But he hopes Australians in general are no longer ideologically opposed to going nuclear. He cites Labour's reliance on going it alone on renewables as risky business, an energy source that's both unreliable and costly. Anthony Albanese, in contrast, thinks that he is on an electoral winner targeting Dutton's plans for nuclear power. Labour is preparing the mother of all scare campaigns in a bid to sow seeds of doubt about electing Dutton as PM. Meanwhile, Greens leader Adam Bandt today declared that neither major party's plan is capable of achieving the emissions reduction targets Australia has signed up to. This could cause difficulties for Labour politically, with some voters worried what deal it would do with the Greens were it to form minority government after the election with their support. Labour strategists point to the success Bill Shorten had peddling his Metascare campaign at the 2016 election. The then Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull was widely expected to win handsomely in 2016, but when the gun for the formal election campaign was officially fired, Team Shorten relentlessly targeted the coalition as set to abolish Medicare if it won a second term. The political ads were numerous and references to Turnbull's alleged plans were endless every time opposition MPs fronted the media. It worked, almost. Turnbull's government was returned with the thinnest of majorities, 76 seats in the 150-seat chamber. It took a week's worth of counting in the seat of Capricornia in Queensland before the coalition could be certain of forming majority government. If you thought the Metascare campaign was hard-hitting, wait until you see what we will do with nuclear power, one Labour MP who didn't want to be named told Daily Mail Australia. Labour's plans include inundating the Dutton campaign with protesters in hazmat suits and reminding voters in key marginal seats that a nuclear power plant will be coming there soon if the coalition wins. While debates surrounding nuclear power have changed globally in the decades since the heady days of the 1970s and 80s, Australia is an untested market. Recently published opinion polls have revealed that voters aren't as opposed to nuclear power as they once were, but Labour's internal focus groups burrowed down deeper into voter sentiments than headline numbers in polls ever can. This qualitative research has revealed to Albanese that when Australians are questioned about their concerns over nuclear power, doubts develop. This is precisely what a Labour election campaign intends to do. And some Liberals are so worried about the possibility that they are privately suggesting to Dutton that he dumps the policy and wears the political humiliation now, rather than risking an electoral backlash later on. But given that the Metascare campaign in 2016 was largely based on a false premise that the coalition wanted to abolish Medicare, it is doubtful Dutton could walk back his nuclear intentions even if he ruled them out. Labour's anti-nuclear messaging looks set in stone. A moratorium on using nuclear power was imposed in the early years of the Howard Gov.